NCM Learning Center. Good morning friends. In this video I am going to explain about digital logic using CMOS or NMOS or PMOS. We know that MOSFET classified into two types. One is N-channel MOSFET and another one is P-channel MOSFET. If a circuit have both N-channel MOSFET and P-channel MOSFET, then the circuit is called as CMOS. This analog electronics component MOSFET, BJT and diode all are switching devices. So we may use these devices for implementing the digital function AND or NAND or etc. The digital circuits AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, all other gates IC inbuilt have MOSFET. Let me discuss. The first question is asked in GATE 2018 examination. The output for the circuit is maybe a NOR, or AND or NAND or XOR gate, maybe anyone. Okay, so we have to find. This is not gate. The symbol is P channel MOSFET. This symbol is N channel MOSFET. Okay, the circuit have both N channel MOSFET and P channel MOSFET, so it's called as CMOS. The second question is asked in ISRO 2017 examination. The output is maybe a Boolean function. The circuit have both N channel and P channel MOSFET, so this circuit also called as CMOS circuit. Okay, if you know to solve this problem, just try and command your answers. If you don't know these concepts, just listen this video. Okay, if a circuit is given, you should know whether is it N channel MOSFET or P channel MOSFET by observing the symbols. So remember the symbols. If it is dot, the MOSFET is P channel MOSFET. If there is no dot, that MOSFET is N channel MOSFET. Okay, or otherwise, if the arrow indicates inside, that MOSFET is P channel MOSFET. Okay, if arrow indicates outside, then the MOSFET is N channel MOSFET. Okay, you should remember these symbols. Then you should know the operation. In the N channel MOSFET, the N channel MOSFET conduction is done by electron by forming the channels. Okay, to form the N channel, you should apply the positive voltage. Opposite polarity will attract each other. So to form this channel, an electron channel, you have to apply in positive voltage in the K side. Positive voltage means logic 1 or high. If positive voltage applied, that means logic 1 high is applied. If positive voltage applied in the substrate, the electron channel is formed because the electron and positive potential, opposite polarity attract each other. So all the electrons attract. Now here channel is formed, it will conduct. So if positive voltage applied in the gate terminal, the N channel MOSFET will act as on or short. Okay, then only the conduction will be formed. Okay, otherwise if it is negative voltage applied, the electron will repel. There is no channel forming here. Okay, so it will act as off if negative voltage applied. In the P channel conduction is done by holes by forming channels in the gate side, gate terminal. Okay, so if positive voltage applied, what will happen? Positive voltage means logic 1 applied. Positive polarity repel each other. So the holes in the channel repelled. Now there is no channel here. So there is no conduction. So P channel MOSFET acts off or open. Okay. Second case, if negative voltage applied, negative voltage means logic 0. Logic 0 applied. Negative here N channel, same polarity, repel to each other. So the electron repel, there is no conduction here. So N channel MOSFET acts as off. If negative voltage in the P channel MOSFET, if negative voltage applied, here negative voltage and positive holes, opposite charges attract to each other. So all the holes are attracted here. So channel is formed. So it acts as on. Okay. This is the basic operation. You should know this operation. For concept understanding, let me take on means tick mark. Okay, that is current flow. Let me take off means cross mark. There is no current flow. Let me solve a problem. This question is asked in GATE 2014 examination. Here AB is input, Y is output. Okay, you have to find the output. For the problems, find the output for all the possible inputs. Here possible inputs means 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. 0 0 means logic 0 0 means less than 0 voltage. 0 or less than 0 voltage applied. Okay, logic 1 means positive voltage applied. For the input A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, check the PMOS and the NMOS on and off condition. Okay, here PMOS, this is, let us take, this is PMOS 1, this is PMOS 2, this is NMOS 1, this is NMOS 2. Okay, here for the PMOS 1, logic 0, negative voltage applied. Negative voltage applied means PMOS will act as on condition. So PMOS 1 will be on. So put the tick mark. It means on condition, there is a current flow here. Check PMOS 2 condition. PMOS 2 negative voltage applied in the PMOS 2. So PMOS 2 will be on. Okay, if negative voltage applied in the P channel MOSFET, the MOSFET will be on condition. So PMOS 2 also on. So let put the tick mark. Here NMOS 1. In the NMOS 1, negative voltage applied. So NMOS 1 will be off. So put the cross mark. For NMOS 2, negative voltage applied. So NMOS 2 will be off. So put the cross mark. Now check the output. Current flow from VSS to output load through this path and this path. Okay. This is not a short circuit. It acts as a simple resistors. Okay. So there is a current flow to the load. So output Y is equal to 1. If there is no possible to flow the current to the load, then means logic 0. Okay. Here there is a current, there is a possible to flow the current. So logic Y is equal to 1. Next, check the output Y for the input 0, 1. A is equal to 0. If A is equal to 0 means A input is connected with PMOS 1 as well as the NMOS 2. Okay. So if A is equal to 0 means negative voltage applied. Negative voltage applied means PMOS 1 will be on, NMOS 2 will be off. Okay. So put the mark. This is on condition, this is off condition. Okay. Here P is equal to 1. If P is equal to 1 means NMOS 1 on condition, PMOS 2 will be off. Okay. PMOS 1 off condition, so cross mark. NMOS 1 on condition, so tick mark. Now check the output. There is a current flow from source to load through this path. So output Y is equal to 1. If PMOS 1 on, NMOS 1 on, NMOS 2 on, the current will flow from source to ground. No current will flow to load. So output Y is equal to 0 for that case. You should know. Okay. Here NMOS closed, switch closed. So there is no current flow from source to ground. Only current flow from source to load. So output Y is equal to 1. Next, check the output for the input 1, 0. In that case, A is equal to 1. Positive voltage applied. So PMOS 1 will be off. At the same time, NMOS 2 will be on. So put the tick mark and the NMOS 2 and the cross mark on PMOS 1. Okay. Now B is equal to 0. Negative voltage applied. So PMOS 2 will be on. NMOS 1 goes to off condition. So put the tick mark on PMOS 1 and the cross mark on NMOS 1. Okay. Now check the output Y. Output current will flow from source to load through PMOS 2. Okay. There is no way to flow the current flow from source to ground because NMOS 1 is closed. So output Y is equal to 1. Okay. Remember that if current flow from source to ground, maximum current will flow. Very minimum at that time, very minimum current only will flow from source to load. So at the case, output will be 0. Okay. Here NMOS 1 is off. So there is no way to current flow from source to ground. So output Y is equal to 1. Next, check the output for the input 1, 1. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1. If A positive voltage applied, PMOS 1 will be off. At the same time, NMOS 2 will be on. So put the cross mark on PMOS 1 and tick mark on NMOS 2. When input P1 is 1, so positive voltage applied, so PMOS 2 will be on, PMOS 2 will be off. At the same time NMOS 1 will be on. So put the cross mark on PMOS 2 and tick mark on NMOS 1. Now PMOS 1 and PMOS 2 closed condition. So there is no way to current flow from source to load. So up to y is equal to 0. When the input A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, output 1. When A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, output 1. When the input A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0, output 1. When both inputs are 1, output y is equal to 0. The output is NAND gate output. So y is equal to a dot b the whole power. This is the concepts. If the concepts are clear, try to solve the problems and comment your answers. If the concept is not clear, just comment. I will give the solution. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notification. Like, comment and share.